Hi, I'm Melanie Metzger, and this is my storytelling presentation for Materials for Children. I chose the Song of Mu Lan because I think it's a wonderful story of a heroic young Chinese girl in ancient times. It's lasted throughout the generations, so I think it's important for children to read it. It's most appropriate for ages about 7 through 10, but I think it's a great story for anyone. This is the Song of Mu Lan, and it's by Jean M. Lee. This is a version of the story that is directly translated most accurately from the Chinese version, because everyone knows about the Disney movie and everything, but this is more accurate. This is a picture of Mulan fighting in battle. Alright. Mulan was a typical Chinese girl in ancient times. She worked on her loom and learned domestic tasks so that she could be a good wife. The emperor decreed that each household had to send one member to fight in the war. Mulan had a younger brother, but he was too young, and then she just had her mother and her father. And her father was very old and not in good health, so she knew that if he went into battle again, that he would surely die. Mulan was faced with a dilemma because she didn't know what to do. What could she do? She thought, oh, if she were a boy, then she would just take his place, and that would be that. But she just thought and thought about it, and then she decided that she would go in his place. When Mulan decided that, she went out and then she bought herself a horse so that she could ride to battle. She buys the horse and then she crosses the Yellow River and she sees that the battle is beginning. Next, she sees the enemy's horses approaching her. Then they travel for thousands of miles, and the war lasts 10 years. And the whole time they think that she's a man because she has to pretend that she's one in order to fight. Here the battles continue, and Mulan is heroic, and she receives an award from the emperor, and it's gold. But she decides that when the emperor asks her what she wants, she decides that she really wants to see her family and go back home. So she asks the emperor if she can have a camel so that she can ride back home and see her family again. Mulan's reunited with her family, and they can't believe that she's alive, and they're so happy to have her home. Then after that, Mulan decides that she's been dressing up like a man for so long that she wants to be a woman again. And so she does her hair and puts a flower in her hair and makeup, and then she decides that she wants to go out and see her comrades from the war. Here are her comrades at the table, and Mulan walks into the room, and they're so astonished to see her. They can't believe their eyes because they thought that she was a man this whole time, and then here she is standing there in front of them. They're astounded by that. And this proverb at the end of the story is very important. A male rabbit is fast and agile. A female rabbit has bright eyes. When the two rabbits run together, no one can tell which is male and which is female. And that's because Mulan, she dressed like a man and no one could tell the difference until the very end. After the war, then she revealed her true identity. Here's Mulan gazing into the distance because she's wondering what her life has in store, and she's reflecting on what's happened the past 10 years. This is a great story because the message essentially is that children can be whatever they want, and just because society tells you that you have to do one thing, if you believe in something strong enough, then you have to follow your heart and not let people tell you that you can't do something. So that's why this story is so important, and it's lasted throughout the generations, because it really is such a wonderful tale of her strength, and I think it's a very important story that children read. So again, this is the Song of Mu Lan by Jean M. Lee, and thank you so much for listening to my presentation.